Today is National Stress Awareness Day. If that isn't stressing you out, what is? New research from the American Psychological Association says when it comes to national issues, mass shootings are at the top, causing stress among 71% of those surveyed. Next was health care and its costs at 69%. Americans have elected to get stressed about a date at the polls next November. 56% say the presidential election is causing some racing thoughts. The same percentage of people said global climate change is making them anxious. How about another hot topic? Immigration is causing stress among about 50%. The numbers paint the picture of a population that is uncertain about their health, their safety, and the direction of the country. Here are some directions you can follow to reduce stress. Build your support system. Exercise. Don't overextend yourself financially, especially during the holidays. If those don't work, see a counselor. That would be my vote.